Jacob Lavaro is a 19-year-old who was arrested in Texas for baking pot brownies. He is facing between 5 years to life in prison.
The charge is so severe because the recipe includes hash oil that allows the state to use the sugar, cocoa, butter, and other ingredients to determine the weight of the drugs.
They've weighed baked goods in this case, and they've made it a first-degree felony when it ought to be a misdemeanor.
And Texas never ceases to amaze me at all. This is the same state that's trying to put away another young kid for 30 years for making a threatening comment on Facebook that was really sarcastic.
Justin's odyssey began after he made a sarcastic comment in an online argument. A woman in Canada saw his comment and had him arrested in Texas. Charged with making terroristic threats, Justin's bail was set at $500,000. With no ability to pay the excessive bail, Justin stayed in jail, suffering abuse. In his depression, the jail put him on suicide watch, kept him in solitary, and took away his clothing.
So they're basically saying that what this guy did is the equivalent, not even the equivalent of sexually assaulting someone or assaulting someone with a deadly weapon. I can go beat someone to the inch of their life with a crowbar in Texas, and I likely would get the same sentence as someone who made some pot brownies in order to have a good time. I don't know how much more evidence you need to reveal how asinine the whole drug war situation is. I have yet to meet anyone who's extremely against weed that's not in their 60s and kind of out of the loop.
All right, let me go to Todd Starnes. Todd,
I think absolutely that's the case. What we have here is a case of money over morality. Wonder. And, right now it's really funny. Folks, we're watching the chuckleheads, we're watching these folks doing what they're doing out there and getting a good laugh about it. But when the body count starts rising, when more people start dying, then maybe, yeah, it's real funny.
I just saw the mound of Holocaust victims, and then it's these are victims of pot.
I just don't get it at all. Texas wants to recede from the Union. It seems like they already are receded from the Union. They're completely detached to what the hell is going on in the rest of the world. In Colorado, you can smoke weed, that's just fine. But in Texas, fuck. Pot brownies, get that fucker in the fucking prison right now. Life. And even at the minimum sentence, they're going to consider that this is his first offense. Yeah, they're going to consider it, all right. Yeah, maybe he'll get the 4 years probation, and he'll get assigned to one of these for-profit probation companies where he has to pay $300 a month in order to keep the collar on his leg from going off and to keep himself out of jail. I'm sure that this man's future is just going to be looking bright.
He had been sentenced to wear a leg monitor, and that cost him $360 a month.
Well, in order for you not to go back into jail, you're going to have to at least pay this much. When you get in arrears a certain amount, you automatically go to jail. And so what I started doing was selling plasma, and I was putting every penny I could into the leg monitor because I didn't want to be locked up. And I ended up having to walk everywhere because I couldn't afford bus fare. I went hungry because I couldn't afford food. It was $12 a day, and there was no way I could make $12 a day, so I was always falling behind. So I ended up getting locked up 3 times over stealing this can of beer.
If you live in Texas, can you honestly think that this man is getting what was coming to him for making pot brownies? If someone can comment to me or send me a message and explain to me how exactly he was causing harm to himself and others, I'd be more than open to listen. But into the meantime, this is complete horse shit. Texas is full of shit, like always. If you want to live in a crazy land that's backwards and probably the equivalent of going back in time 100 years, go to Texas. Alrighty, he's facing a first-degree felony, at the least. So, good luck getting a job afterwards. Good luck making a life for yourself after that. I met people who've had histories, and it's not pretty. You can't get hired. Yeah, they say you can't discriminate against them, but yeah, good luck. You put down a felony on your application. When I worked at Blockbuster, if that was ever on the application, guess where it went to? The fucking shredder. Not the trash, no, it went right in the fucking shredder. And it's probably set on fire afterwards. So, his life is over. 1 year, 5 years of life, doesn't matter. his life is going to be a living hell for the next probably 10, 20 years afterwards. So nice job, Texas. Fantastic. Keep up the good work.
I'm a conservative. Okay, I love my country. I'm a Vietnam veteran. But I'll be damned. This is wrong. This is damn wrong.